And welcome to the must-see show on YouTube, baby. The Format with your boy, Matt Jackson, a.k.a. Ja Freak Killer. Anyway, today's episode, or today's little podcast, as you will, is a special one because it is, I've been waiting to talk about this for a minute now, but it is Friday the 13th today, so figured I'd talk about it today. And before we get into this episode, as you will, would you like to just go like the video, just put a like up on it. Subscribe if you haven't already. I appreciate all my subscribers. I think about, it's not really about how many you have. It's about how many that actually watch. That's the thing. Because I've been out there and I've been looking at, different channels and stuff. And I've seen channels have 1,000 or more, or 11,000, or whatever the subscriber case is, but their viewers, people watching it, isn't exactly as many as they have as subscribers sometimes. So, and I like to know that on a good video, I get basically, the number of my subscribers of views. So that is pretty dope. Anyway, very well. It is a great morning right now. It's early in the morning. So it's like 8:30. No, it's 9:20 right now. 9:20 on a Friday, August the 13th morning. I know it's going to be a beautiful day today in the neighborhood where I live. But anyway, today's little episode is going to be about the Fiend, Bray Wyatt, Wyndham Rotunda. Well, his real name's Wyndham. So I've been really pissed off about this one. I don't think it's right. It just doesn't make any sense. But of course, the Fiend Bray Wyatt has been released from his WWE contract, which means, well, guess what? It means we ain't gonna have the Fiend no more, and it's pretty stupid that the WWE would get rid of one of their best sellers. Someone who can sell merch like nobody else, and people want these type of shirts. They want this type of merch. We've been waiting for this type of merch since Kane left. Or since since Kane was around. People like Kane, The Undertaker, Aleister Black, or now that he's known as Malachi Black, or Danhausen, Sting. You just think about it. Anybody that's like those characters, or Mankind too, people like to buy their merch. People like this, they like having merch that is dope looking, or if they're metalheads, then it kind of goes with their whole metalhead vibe. And it doesn't. And then, with people like the Fiend or the Undertaker, their shirts, they're like you're not even wearing a wrestling shirt, so to speak, put one of those bad boys on, everybody everybody like, oh, damn, dope shirt, I heard that it was budget cut, that Bray Wyatt, a budget cut for Bray Wyatt. If that's the case, then I'm thinking about how they just brought back John Cena and Goldberg, and it's well, did they release them to pay for John Cena, to pay for Goldberg? Because I just don't know. And then I've heard like maybe it's an angle, maybe it's a storyline, he gets released, and then we think he gets released, and then the next thing you know, WWE just somehow, maybe it's planned, and he comes back, and but he's different, because we already know that he's going to change. I mean, if you keep up with Bray Wyatt like I do, like, I don't have Twitter or nothing at the moment. Well, I do have a Twitter, but I don't use it much. But I keep up with, Twitter as much as I can. Maybe not every post that he posts, but the most important ones, I see them. So, and he's posted, this picture of this artwork of his mask, and that you can't kill it. You can't kill the Fiend and stuff like that. I would have to say he can use I'm pretty sure he can use the Fiend. The word the Fiend. Because you can't copyright that, can you? I don't know if you can copyright the word Fiend. I don't know, maybe you can. The name Bray Wyatt, yes, but I would just say, why can't he be called Wyatt Fiend, or Wyndham Wyatt, or Bray Wyndham, or I don't know, any of those names, or just Fiend. I'm pretty sure that he can use the word Fiend, Fiend Wyatt, or I don't know if he could or not. I don't know how that goes. I don't know if he's copyrighted or not, or if he'll just call himself something different. Who knows? I just know that the wrestling world is pretty sad and pissed because we just lost a wrestler, a damn good one too, a successful one, someone who can recreate his gimmick, or basically created everything he's ever created, and has done like the most greatest job with it. I mean, I've said it before, I'll say it again. He's I think he's done better than what Kane was given, or at least if not better. He did just as good as Undertaker. He's up there with an Undertaker. He's up there with Kane. So I just don't see how you would throw that away, or throw him away, because no one's released the Undertaker. You know what I'm saying? Or at least Kane or whatever. No one does that. But next thing you know, they just release Bray Wyatt like it's nothing, like he ain't making money. I just think it's fucked up. I guess they're like, well, we don't need the actual guy to sell his merch. We can still sell his merch. We can still sell the Fiend stuff because look at us, we own you. So basically, WWE doesn't even have to have him on the roster to sell their merch. So basically, it gets released, and like the next show they have, I don't know if it was the next day. I don't know if it was or not. I can't really remember. But they were still selling the Fiend stuff right after he was released. I think that's kind of fucked up. I think the wrestler that plays that gimmick should be able to have, should make money off the product, even if they're not working there. And I don't know how that works. Maybe they do get money off of it because they're the people playing the character. So if they're playing the character, then wouldn't you think that they would, make a good amount? Or, off royalties or whatever. I mean, I don't know. But maybe, I don't know. I don't think WWE should be able to make, the whole amount. And I'm hoping that, they're going to, keep paying Bray Wyatt. Because I think The Undertaker still gets paid for merch and shit. I just don't get how, WWE lives with herself with that. Getting people to, using people to do that or whatever. Now, if it's an angle, it's an angle. If he comes back to WWE, like say, SummerSlam, like like they were previously gonna do. They were gonna bring him back for SummerSlam or something like that. And I think he was gonna have a new mask and all that shit, but it's the same thing with like Aleister Black, because Aleister Black, he had that outfit where he debuted for AEW. The thing he came out with, the skull, the deer head, skull mask or whatever you want to call that, headdress, whatever the hell you want to call it. When he came out with that, well, that was from an Instagram post. He posted that. I guess he was wanting to use it in WWE or do something with it in WWE. And WWE said, well, you can't now since you posted it online. So then he debuted with it. So now I'm thinking, well, the Bray Wyatt can still do, like, I heard something that he was going to do, Cult of Wyndham. So I mean, he could do that. He could do a Cult of Wyndham. And just, basically he has to call himself something else, but he can basically be the same person. I mean, he can get a mask made. I mean, he knows the maker of the Fiend mask. He knows who made it and stuff. Well, he knows who he is. Of course, Tom Savini made the mask, so I'm pretty sure they're friends now or whatever. So, I mean, he's got an outlet to do that. Plus AEW. Of course, if he goes to AEW, they got the money to put into his gimmick anyway, if they have to. But I'm pretty sure Bray Wyatt's probably got enough money to back his own mask. But I say he just keeps it up and he does the mask thing. I don't know. Whatever he's got to do, he's got to do. I'm just really mad about it because, like, he was my favorite, and I've been sitting here waiting for him to come back. And it's kind of crazy how we're sitting here waiting for the return of one of the greatest things that's ever hit WWE, and then he gets released. About like how Aleister Black was used. He hasn't even wrestled since last October, I believe it was. It was like last year's October, right? And then he comes back for a little bit and WWE releases him. Ridiculous. So he basically went a whole year without doing shit. I guess getting paid to do nothing is okay, but it's definitely not as much as getting paid to do something. So, and then when he got released, WWE didn't even know, they didn't realize that he had an NXT contract still, and that he had a 30-day clause, which is good because could you imagine like waiting even longer for Malachi Black? Just wouldn't have had good timing on it, I think the timing on him was really good. But I don't know. This whole Fiend thing's got me all like, what the hell? Like, why would you even get rid of the Fiend? It just doesn't make any sense. So that's why I'm thinking maybe it could be a storyline. I mean, if it's a storyline, then I get it. Okay, I get it. If it's a storyline, it makes sense. Make us all think, he's gone. Kind of like when they burned him alive, and we thought, storyline wise, not that we actually believed he died on TV, but the fact of the story that we put a little belief into it, like you would a movie or something, you get it, and you're like, oh man, that character's dead now, oh man, so, I remember when they did that was, but that was a little different. We kind of knew he'd come back as something else, and he'd come back as the burnt Fiend. So, I thought that was pretty cool. That was intelligent. I liked it. Made a lot of sense. But these little, I know my podcasts aren't really, really long right now, but it's just me talking, so I don't think it should be, I don't really want to be sitting here talking for an hour, or anything like that. The most I'll do is, 20 minutes are good, 30 minutes are good. This one probably going to be a little quicker. I don't know about how long this is going to be. We're already at 15 minutes now, but, just go ahead, like, subscribe, share. Someone might actually be interested in hearing what I have to say. I just think it's a crock of shit about the Bray Wyatt thing. But AEW picking him up, we could have, I don't really want him to join the Dark Order. I want him to create his own cult. And I don't want him to become a cult leader of another cult that's already established. I'd rather him, come in. Maybe it's Bray Wyatt, Aleister Black, maybe, I don't know, Darby Allin, I don't know. Something like that to happen. I think that would be neat. It'd be neat to have Sting versus, Bray Wyatt. But other than that, I'm really hoping he goes to AEW. I don't know if Tony Khan's talked to him yet or not, but I know there's been rumors about CM Punk and Daniel Bryan. I'm almost 100% on them being a part of AEW because, I don't know, here lately that's what they've been chanting in the crowd is, CM Punk's name and the yes, yes, yes chant. I don't know, I'm really digging it. I'm just hoping Vince McMahon isn't well, guess what, pal? I'm going to release a bunch of top stars that we know AEW's going to pick up, and we'll run them dry with their money, because they have to keep offering money, and then maybe he'll bankrupt them. That's what he's probably thinking. I've even heard the rumor that Vince McMahon owns AEW, but that ain't this far from the truth. But anyway, and I've tried, for a week to let it sink in that may never see the Fiend Bray Wyatt again. But in this day and age, in this time period right now, we have AEW, we have other companies that that guys can go to, so it's not really a big deal about the release. And a lot of guys want to be released out of their contract, like Ric Flair wanted to be released out of his contract. They just been releasing too many people, and there's a lot of people that just don't make sense to release. I can understand No Way Jose. I just saw him on Impact. I can understand No Way Jose. I can understand Ric Flair wanting his release. I can understand all that. I can understand you releasing maybe a Buddy Murphy because you don't know how to use them. Actually, I really don't agree with the Buddy Murphy thing, but I don't know why anybody would want to release him. But anyway, but they haven't released Baron Corbin or Baron or whatever you want to call him. Stinky Man Corbin. I'm a Baron Corbin guy. I like him, but not anymore. I haven't really liked him. I still like him. He's a good talent. He's good and shit. And but I haven't really liked him since he really cut his hair. So, but it ain't really about his hair. It was about the way he was changing the gimmick. I like the gimmick he was changing into. I like what Baron Corbin looked like and what he did before. Like the way he was before. Was really good. But I don't know. I'm just saying, this whole Bray Wyatt thing, it just doesn't make any sense. Comment. I wish people would start commenting on these videos. I don't get why nobody comments on these. But anyway, drop a comment. Say, how you feel or whatever. But I just don't know. It's a crock of shit. And I really don't understand WWE. I think WWE's got some problems right now. They need to sort through their shit. Maybe they need to go to counseling or something like that, because this just ain't flying. I mean, budget cut's one thing. I mean, I get it. I understand. I've never ran a business like this, so I can't fully understand, but I get it, I guess. And if I was running the company, I guess I would have to make budget cuts if I had to. I would. But I would go after the people that are not making any money for me. You know, if there's no money being made for both of us, then maybe you could find work at another company and maybe bring some success. Like, without Malachi Black, or any guy that's went from WWE going over to AEW, they can make money now. Like Chris Jericho or any of these guys that are like doing better than ever, and they enjoy what they're doing, and they get to have more creativity, more leadway with their gimmick, because I mean, it is their gimmick and it's them playing it, so you should have a little bit of leadway with it, or some type of creativity to go into it. Let's just hope that Bray Wyatt gets back on his feet, and he gets picked up by AEW. That would be nice, I guess. So just whatever is going to be using. I mean, if he gets some type of storyline that's actually worth the fuck or something, then yeah, AEW. But if they're gonna just ruin them or something like that, I just don't know. I don't know. It's just crazy. Like, Bray Wyatt's an asset to the company, to any company. I mean, he's made more money than he ever has. Like, with the WWE right now, I mean, he's making a good amount of money, and the company was making a good amount of money off merch because everybody wanted a Fiend shirt. I mean, everybody wanted his gloves. Everybody wanted the title. Why are you gonna put that much money into somebody's merchandise if you're just gonna release them? It just doesn't make any sense. That's what I'm thinking. Maybe he's not fully released. Maybe it's just a storyline, and he'll come back for WWE. I've been barely watching WWE these days. That's why you don't see a lot of these podcasts going up with wrestling, like, with WWE or anything like that, because I haven't really been watching a lot. But I keep up with it, but I keep up with the important stuff, and I've been watching AEW and other companies. AEW. That's the only one I've been really watching. I watch a lot of MLW, but I don't know. I guess whenever I just feel like talking about something, I talk about it and then post a video, so y'all can hear me talking about it, or maybe I can get somebody else's input. Maybe y'all want to comment and say what y'all feel about this. I just see it being it's just crazy. It's just crazy right now. With all the releases, with everybody, with everybody. Buddy Murphy hit me hard. I was like, well, damn, there goes a good talent. But if Buddy Murphy goes to AEW, it'd be better for him, because he's talent personified, so he would be great. I'm hoping CM Punk and Darby Allin they'll be fighting at All Out. They're gonna be in Chicago, and I would hope that they would do this, because they've been leading up to it. I don't know. Anyway, I hope y'all have enjoyed this episode of the Format, me just talking randomly. Not really randomly, I'm talking about one subject, but you know how I mean. Just remember, always treat people the way you want to be treated, and love one another. Take care of one another. Be there for your friends when they need you. And they'll be there for you when you need them. So, that being said, I will check y'all in the next video. That has been the Format Podcast with your boy, Matt Jackson. And I know that it was only 25 minutes long. That's pretty decent. It's not too long, it's not too short. But, hey, let's hope we see Bray Wyatt soon. Which will be 90 days from his release, yes. But so, until then, let him in. Or let me in. Or let him out. Say let him out. But remember, always follow the buzzards.